Hi, I'm Ebenezer Obasi and welcome to my second Oxwall Dev video tutorial. This video tutorial titled Course 101 Beginner's Guide to Oxwall Plugin Development. We cover how to set up your development environment, that is your integrated development environment, your debug mode, development mode in your Oxwall config file, how to set up your very own Oxwall developer account, and finally we are going to cover how to develop a simple Oxwall plugin, a Hello World plugin, a plugin that basically displays this box here. So hello Ebenezer Bass, welcome back to Oxwall. So if you want to create something like this, how to set up a plugin that does exactly this. Okay, so this box appears on every part of the website. Great. So we'll start by talking about setting up your development environment. While working with Oxwall, you would want to have all your files, your folders accessible to you because you are getting used to Oxwall. You want to see the core classes, the core elements, and everything you want to use within your plugins. So you want to set up everything in your workspace. So currently, what I'm using to do this is the Visual Studio Code software. To download the Visual Studio Code, you simply go to Google, search Visual Studio. Okay, so you can go over to the download page. You can download depending on your operating system. You can download for Windows, Linux, and Mac. So I will assume you have already downloaded Visual Studio Code and it installed. So I will go ahead to show you how to set up this also in your workspace. So I will close Visual Studio. Okay, I would reopen it again. Okay, so I will go over to my folder. I have to go to the place where I have installed Oxwall. Drag the whole directory straight to Visual Studio. Okay, so this has been added to my workspace. Maybe I would like to access this in the future, so I go to File, I say Save Workspace as. I'm going to save this workspace on my desktop. So I will call it Oxwall demo workspace. Okay, so what this means is that whenever I want to access the Oxwall project, I go to my desktop, launch the workspace, and it loads everything here. So as a bonus, you would want to install this some of this PHP extension, like this PHP IntelliFence extension. It helps you properly indent every class on your Oxwall website. You see, for example, when I start typing on any of this thing, I get suggestion of what I want to do. So if I start typing Oxwall, you can see get documents. I get suggestion because every Oxwall classes has been properly indexed. So that is it. Next, we are going to look at how to enable debug mode and development mode. Okay, so as a developer, you want to be able to see errors on your screen. You want to be able to see errors on your screen. When you make mistake, you want to see where that error is coming from. So that is what the debug mode helps you to do. So when you enable the debug mode, you'll be able to troubleshoot problems and also troubleshoot bugs on your Oxwall installation or plugin. So to enable debug mode, you have to go to this Oxwall includes folder, open the config.php. You would see this block and this block. Okay, this is asking if you want to enable debug mode during cron job. Okay, for now we'll leave it off. We are interested in the main site outside cron job. Okay, so if you want to set debug mode, you want to set this to true. Okay, what this does, it will show us errors associated with our platform. So I'm going to refresh this. I do not have any errors. I do not have any errors. Okay, sometime we are going to encounter an error and you would understand exactly what I'm saying. Probably I will lay more emphasis at that time. So the next thing we want to do is we want to enable dev mode, developer mode. Okay, we will not keep this on because it's what it does is that when developer mode is on, the changes you make to your static files and schematic templates are generated whenever you load the website. It is very vital, but you may not need it. If you follow the first tutorial, you can use a cache cleaner. So say we make any changes to our plugin static files and want it to display on the site, we'll have to enable the dev mode. What it does is it generates those static files for us. So to enable dev mode, you simply set this part to true. Okay, so I'm going to do that and refresh the page. It makes the loading incredibly slow on Mac. On Linux is faster, Windows and Mac is incredibly slow. So your best bet is to use the cache cleaner. Okay, so we have that covered. So the next thing is how to set up your Oxwall developer account. You really don't need anything specific to do that. Simply go to developers.oxwall.com. Okay, and developer.oxwall.com, go to store, developer tools. Every Oxwall user has this. So this is your developer key. You will need it for your Oxwall plugin development or theme development. So you can just copy this, save it somewhere secure. You would definitely need it. So that is it. Once you are done with this, you have created your developer account. So if you don't have an Oxwall account, Oxwall developers Oxwall account, you should create when go to your store, developer tools, copy your developer key in a secure location. Okay, so that is it for that. So I want to turn this off for now. I would turn it on later on, but I want to keep this on because I want to see errors on my screen. I want to be able to troubleshoot errors on my screen. So the plugin, next we are going to talk about your simple plugin. This is how we are going to round up this video. Okay, so the plugin responsible for this is I have created an OW simple plugin, OW2 simple plugin. It's a really simple plugin. So I'm going to show you exactly how to create this. So I will first of all I will delete it. Okay, so I will delete it and we'll start again. So to delete it, I would have to go back to my plugin, manage plugin, installed plugin. So this is a simple plugin. I'm going to uninstall it. Yes. So after uninstalling, I'm going to open the Oxwall plugins, and I'm going to hit Command Delete. Okay, so it's gone. So now we've deleted this plugin. We'll have to recreate the plugin again. So to get started, notice that the plugin is gone. So to get started, you would have to choose a plugin key. Okay, your plugin key has to be unique. It has to be unique because you wouldn't want another plugin having the same plugin key with your own. So to that effect, Oxwall has set up this tool to help you check if your plugin key is unique. So I'm going to type in a random plugin key, not entirely random. I have done this check before. So I will type in the plugin key I used before. Oxwall tutorial OWT simple plugin. Okay, and I'm going to hit check. You see this key is currently available. Alright, so that is I am permitted to use this key. Okay, so this key serves as my namespace. It will serve as my own personal domain on the Oxwall plugin directory. So I would want to set up a new directory in Oxwall plugin directory. So I just click on this little icon here, the folder icon, then I paste my plugin key. That is it. I have my folder, my own Oxwall plugin folder. All right. So in this directory, you want to set up a couple of files that will be required to make your plugin work. So you would want to study the Oxwall plugin file system for a while. So this plugin file system, you have the root, which in this case is our plugin key. Okay, then in this root, you are expected to have the plugin XML. This plugin XML is responsible for it's responsible for important information regarding your plugin. Then install.php. This is a file that runs when your plugin is being installed. Then deactivate.php runs when your plugin is activated. Then the initialization PHP file init.php. Then we have the uninstall.php. We will cover all of this as time goes on. Alright. The controllers stores your controller components, your bool, your classes, your views. We'll cover all of this. Okay. So we'll start with these basics. The basics are these files. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 files. Okay. So we will create these files right inside our Oxwall plugin folder. So we want to click on this file icon. We want to create plugin.xml. Okay, we want to create another for initialization, init.php. We want to create one for installation, install.php. Okay, we want to create one for activate.php. Want to create one for deactivate.php. Want to create for install.php. Did I spell that correctly? Yes, it has to be correct. So that is it. So you have your plugin almost ready. So we'll just go ahead to check. So you can see your plugins from available plugins. So okay, so here we have our first error. So you see the debug mode is listing some errors telling us that the new plugin we created, the XML file, is empty. Okay, so that is an error. That is actually something I wanted to point out to you right away, but it's good I'll have this debug mode on and we know that. So you want to create some content for your XML file for your plugin to be listed on the plugin page. So you want to define this document as XML, set version 1.0. You want to set the encoding. Okay, so this is it. So not just this is not the end. You would want to set some vital information. There are certain things you would want to put here to tell us what exactly what this plugin is all about. So let's take example from the newsfeed plugin. You would need to see this. So you see we have this this is the plugin markup. This is telling us that this is a plugin, and the name of the plugin, the key, the description, the author email, the developer key, this. So all of this is covered at the end of this video. You can just read through it. You have these are the plugin XML component. You have the license URL, the copyright, this and all that. So I will just go straight ahead, copy all of this because I want to be fast on this video. So I just have to do this. Okay, so sorry, it's not. So let's close this. So I'm going to change the name to let's call it simple plugin again. Then the plugin key has to be this plugin key. So you must have saved this somewhere. I didn't, so I just copy it from the website and I paste. So simple plugin to greet logged in users. Okay. So author, you want to put your name. You may want to put your email info@eobase.com. If you have a website, you can include that. Then the most important aspect of this, apart from the key and the name, actually every part of this is important. So, but this developer key, you need to pay attention. So you can copy this developer key from the location where you've stored it and you paste it right here. Okay, so the build, you want to change the build to 1. This is your plugin version number. Okay, so these are, we are in 2020. You can change the copyright information. Right now I don't care about this. So this is it. So we'll go back to our plugin page and we are going to reload this page. Okay, so you would notice that our plugin is now listed here. Okay, so you have your very first Oxwall plugin. So you can go ahead and install it. Plugin is installed successfully. So great, you have created your very first Oxwall plugin. Actually, a plugin that doesn't do anything. So let's add some functions to the Oxwall plugin we've created. This, you can see the plugin does nothing. So that is because we haven't instructed the plugin to do anything. So we'll just want to add a bus. Want to add a message greeting users right at the top of this page. So we'll have to find a way to do that. So I need to explain this initialization.php. So this file, this init.php file is what basically loads when Oxwall starts. Okay, so when Oxwall is initialized, or when the Oxwall application starts, it goes through the Oxwall plugin folder. look through all plugins that has been installed, then run the initialization file. Okay, so this is where you specified anything that you would want Oxwall to execute on initialization phase. Okay, so we want Oxwall to execute a function that would display a bus right at the top of this screen. Okay, so we are going to create our very own first event. Okay, we are going to use event to display this content. Also has an event structure that lets you trigger certain events when certain things occurs, and also bind functions to those events when those actions occurs. Okay, so want to bind to an event that that is triggered at this very top of the screen. Okay, so we want to find if there is such an event. So I will go ahead and look through the theme. I'm using the simplicity theme and master pages. Let's go with this general template. Okay, so this themes, this master template, they are the templates controlling the layouts of your pages. Okay, this is the general templates. Most of the pages uses this template. So, and I want to check if what really happens here. I want to see how the contents are added. Okay, I can see that there is a menu here, there is a console menu, there is the main menu for mobile, I guess. Yes, there is the main menu, okay, for mobile. And then I can see there are header for the header images and all that. Okay, but I'm interested in firing something that would, I keep opening that page, something that would display something at this position. So I want to see, okay, so I have this right after the heading is displayed. Okay, there is an event, add content. This is a semantic syntax. It's actually a function that has already been defined here. Probably we'll dive into this later, but so I just want to hook to this event. I'm only interested in hooking to this event. Okay, so I want to create a function first. So I will create a function. Let's call it OWT simple plugin. So I'm prefacing this thing with our plugin key because we want to keep the namespace, we want to keep the domain, we do not want another plugin that has the same name to conflict with this function name. Okay, so OWT simple plugin, let's say greeting. Greeting boss. Okay, so for now this function does nothing, so we want to hook this function to this event. Okay, so we'll do it by using the Oxwall event manager. So we'll say Oxwall get event manager, and we say bind. Okay, so bind, we are looking at the event name. Okay, the event name is this name here, so we want to add that. Then we also have to specify the listener. This listener is a callback function. Okay, so we'll specify the callback function as this. Okay, so let's refresh the page. Okay, so this does nothing because we haven't added anything to this function. So first, let's display. Let us display hello world. So to display hello world, I'm going to say echo hello world. Okay, we need this and we need this. Okay, so hello world. So this is a very first hello world also plugin. So this hello world will appear basically on every part of the website. It will appear everywhere. So it will show everywhere. It will show for even if the user is logged out. So what we want to do is we want to show this hello world. Let me log out a little bit. Okay, so you see hello world. So what we want to do is we want to show this thing to only users who are logged in, because we actually want to greet them. So we'll go ahead and put a little bit of check around here. So we'll say if Oxwall gets user is authenticated. Is authenticated. Okay. So want to check if they are not authenticated, if they are not logged in. So if they are not logged in, want to return this function. Great. So it's gone. So let's go ahead and sign in again. And okay, so this is it. So what we want to do next is want to change this content to actually display the username, and want to say hello to them. So you might want to get the display name of the user. You might want to get the user ID first. So you might want to do this Oxwall user ID equals to Oxwall get user get ID. Okay, then you want to get the display name. Okay, you can use the bool user service. Sorry, bool user service get instance get display name. Okay, so this will get the display name. As you can see, it requires this parameter, the user ID. Okay, so assuming you wanted to say hello Ebenezer, that is my name, or whatever user that is signed in, hello that person, so we can just do this hello okay, so this will show hello the user that is logged in. So let us refresh this and see hello Ebenezer Obasi. So this is great. Want to do a little bit of design. Want to wrap this within a bus. So let's create a HTML syntax around it. Let's create a HTML. So let's name this. You can put this in a div class. Okay. Okay. So I can name this as well. Simple plugin. Greeting bus. Okay. And I want to add some style. I want to add some style to it. I'll have to code the style manually, but there is actually a way of loading styles directly into this page. Maybe we should do that. Yeah, maybe we should do that. But you can add a style manually on this, but we can do this. We can do it this way. Okay. Also get document, add style declaration. Okay, So this will allow us add a set of CSS ties directly into this page. Okay, so I can just do this. Like a normal CSS. So this will allow us add a set of styles to this page. So for now, we'll have a blank screen. Sorry, not really a blank screen, like a styleless box. So we want to add a few styles to it. So we want to create want to create a padding. First, let's add a border. Okay, solid. 1 pixels. Let's make the color a little bit of red, a little bit of green, and a little bit of blue, or actually much more of blue. Okay, what does that look like? Okay, so let's do this display block. And then okay, so we are going to go ahead and refresh this to see if hold on a little bit. I think our style are not displaying for some reason, so I'm going to oops I think it is not working because we I have failed to add an equal sign here, so that will resolve it. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so we want to add a little bit of margin around the edges. I want to add some margin, probably 10 pixels as well. No, we don't want margins on the sides, just the top and the bottom. Okay, so we have this already. So what else do we need? Do we need to make the buses a little bit bigger? Probably 30 pixels. Okay, I think that does the trick for us. So we need to style the colors as well. We want the colors to be the same as the border. So a little bit of red, a little bit of green, and much more of blue. So we have this. Ooh, that is this something else. Let's use this a little bit. Okay, much more nicer to the eye. Okay, so I think I've taken a whole lot of your time. Let us proceed with adding. Let's proceed with adding. So let me change this text a little bit. Hello, Ebenezer, or whatever the name is. Um, thanks for visiting today. So I want us to be able to add a little um, item to help us close this stuff. Okay, users might want to close it. So we would proceed to create an element for that. So we can add an element that does nothing. Hash bank. So want to assign a class to it because we also want to style it. So let's call it close, and just do this. So what this has done is that we have created this button here. okay, but it really doesn't do anything. So it really doesn't do anything. So we just have to go back and give it some style. Then after which we'll add some function to it. So let's style it. I'm assuming you're already familiar with CSS. Of course, you know you are familiar with CSS, so I don't have to explain any of this. Let's write color red, too much red, actually excessive red, and green off, blue off. And here we have red. Font weight, we want it to be a little bit bigger. Okay, so we have created this box. So you notice that when we hit it, it really doesn't do anything. So we'll just want to add a little more function to it, and to do that we will need JavaScript. So I'm going to show you how to add JavaScript directly on this page. So mind you, we are still using the same function. Okay, this is still triggered around here. So we're going to add some unload JavaScript file. So I'm going to do this. Also get document, add unload script. Okay, so this is where I'm going to add a function to this particular link. So what I'm going to do is I will check if the link is clicked. Close. This is jQuery actually. It's jQuery way of selecting this element uniquely. Okay, dot click. So when this element is clicked, I want it to execute this function. So when this element is clicked, I want it to execute this function. I want it to close this. So what I want is, when it is clicked, I want it to find this element and remove it. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Okay. Let's see. This is great. Okay, so you can play around with this. I have attached the zip file for this plugin, and you can download it. You can modify it. You can do as it plays with it, and you can even create something great out of this and publish on the store. This is a very first plugin. And if you have any question, do not hesitate to email me on info@eobasi.com, um, or just leave a message on the forum. Also, I believe somebody will be able to help out. So, or you can leave a comment on this section. Again, my email is info@eobasi.com. I would always be ready to answer any question you have. So, thank you for watching, and do have a great day. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.